Yes. Tron's TRX. If you would have invested $7,000 around November of 2017, last year, and then held into 2018, then you could have potentially made $1 million. I repeat, if you would have put in $7,000 into TRX less than a year ago, last November, and then got out at the right time, then right now you'd be a millionaire. Welcome back, everybody, to Altcoin Daily, where here at the channel we drop a video on crypto every day. So if you're looking for a place to stay up to date on the market, maybe current on specific altcoins, then make sure you hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss a video. Okay, my name's Austin. Let's get into it. Team, the title of this video, it's not clickbait. Okay, I want to be as realistic as we possibly can. And I want to show you. You know, I know this looks complicated at the moment, but stick with me. I want to show you exactly what you would have had to have done in November to right now have $1 million. We're going to talk about market cap versus price, and I want to take you through this and, again, be realistic. Not only are we going to do that, but I'll clue everybody in, you know, what exactly is Tron? What problem are they trying to solve? We're going to do all those things, and then for whoever wants to stick around to the very end of the video, stay tuned because I want to clue you guys in. There's a big secret announcement coming up at the end of the month, their words, not mine, involving Tron, and it should change the game a little bit if you're an investor in Tron. And I want to talk about what people think it is, and then what this means to us as investors. And then also at the end, like I said, I'm going to clue you in what you would have had to do. Well, we're going to talk about today. You know, what you would have to do today with the market right now, with Tron being at a market cap of $2 billion roughly, trading at about 3 cents. How much TRX coins would you have to buy at 3 cents a pop to make $1 million by the end of the year, by the end of 5 years? Let's talk about it. Let's get the discussion going. And keep this in mind. Nobody really knows where we'll be at the end of the year for the market, or let alone 5 years. And also, I'm not a financial expert. So you guys, I know you guys are out there making your own decisions, but we're going to talk about it. And we're going to do that through talking about market capitalization. So if you guys like when we do these breakdowns of specific altcoins, then you're going to really like this video. Let's get into it. Let me show you how I got this data. Let's check it out. I got it from around here, you know, and again, I said we want to be as realistic as possible, so I'll clue you in. We got it. I'm going to be showing you I got it from around here in November, and then, yeah, you guessed it, around here in 2018 when we saw all-time highs. And I know what you guys are thinking already. Whoa, that's not realistic. It's not realistic to think you will get out at all-time highs. And I agree with you. So when we calculate what we would have to invest today, we are going to be slightly more transparent and realistic about it. But just so you know, for these figures that I had up here, just in the technical sense, we're talking about when you got in at around all-time lows in November, and then if you would have gotten out at around all-time highs. Full transparency, team. Let's talk about it. So back in November, TRX was around all-time lows for the year. The market cap was around $100 million compared to what it is right now, $2 billion. So it was a whole lot lower. Circulating supply was 65 billion coins, and the price back in November was less than a penny. It was about 0.2 of a cent. And let's just say you put in $1,000. If you would have put $1,000 in November and put it in when it was trading at less than a cent, you would have got around 500,000 tokens. And if you would have waited and held those tokens till January of this year and maybe cashed out in January 5th of 2018 when it was trading at around 28 cents, near all-time highs, you would have got over $100,000 from just 1,000. So obviously, if you increase more money, you get more. If you would have put in 7,000 at this price, you would have got over 3 million coins. And then if you would have cashed that out in January, right now you'd be a millionaire. Cool. That's how you do it, guys. I don't do it, and if you subscribe to this channel, we talk about when to take profits, just in our opinion, and when to invest. And ideally, you probably would have got in, maybe not at all-time lows, but maybe around here, or maybe at all-time lows. And maybe you would have, if you would have wanted to take profits, you would have sold it around here or here. You're never going to hit that all-time high, but nonetheless, you could have, and you could have made $1 million. So before we talk about, in more realistic terms, how much TRX you would have to buy today, let me just clue you guys in. And again, we do this kind of stuff every day, so make sure you're always checking in to see what the video's about. But what is TRX? I'm going to explain this thing in yellow. It's going to sound complicated, and then I'm going to put it in perspective for you guys. But just hear me out. TRX is the official currency of Tron, which aims to be a decentralized entertainment content sharing platform. So entertainment content sharing platform founded by a nonprofit Singapore-based foundation. The Tron Foundation seeks to tackle the global entertainment industry currently valued at $1 trillion. So what are they talking about? What's the problem that Tron is solving? Well, the problem is the internet. More specifically, Tron is solving the problem that the internet is too centralized, because we all know this. A few large companies and conglomerates, they have control of the whole internet. They have massive control, which means that they have control of our data. And examples that I'll list soon are Google, Facebook, Amazon, Snapchat. All these people are control of our privacy and our data. And this is a problem when, you upload pics to Facebook, and now Facebook owns those photos. They can use those in a, Super Bowl commercial campaign. Or Google. You need to go to Google to, find out anything. Nobody's using Bing, but Google can really skew information and only post certain information that they want you to see. That's true. That happens. So there is definitely a problem. Think of Tron. If you guys don't know, think of Tron as kind of a combination between basic attention token and substratum. Right? Substratum is trying to make a decentralized internet, and basic attention tokens trying to give power back to content creators. That's basically Tron, a mix of both. But they are slightly different. Let's keep going. Well, according to its white paper, Tron's team members are followers of Sir Tim Berners-Lee. I'll explain who this guy is in a second. But followers of Sir Tim, who are convinced that protocol from the moment of its invention is an asset for human beings rather than a profit-making tool for small groups. And if you don't know who that guy is, Tim Berners-Lee is the founder of the World Wide Web. And when he made the World Wide Web, and some people say Al Gore invented the internet, some people meaning him, but it was really Tim Berners-Lee. And when he created that, he believed it was an asset for human beings to help humanity rather than something just to make profits. So that's what Tron is trying to do with this new internet, specifically for the entertainment industry and content creators, but really for everyone. Anyway, let's finish this up. Then I'm going to explain what Tron is doing in the future, and then again, we're going to calculate, what you'd have to invest today to make a pretty penny. But Tron's open decentralized platform and distributed storage technology will allow creators of digital content to cut out the middlemen, such as the Apple Store and Google Play Store, and content producers, like me, like you, will thus be able to obtain funds directly from consumers. And currently, we all know the bad guys, and I will use that term, bad guys, Google, Facebook, Amazon. And even though they're doing some good for the world, nobody trusts the government as much as they used to, and definitely nobody trusts corporations as much as they used to. So there is a problem. Some key features of Tron, just to clue you guys in even harder. Tron wants to heal the internet through the following features. Data liberation, free and uncontrolled data. This is what we talked about. If there's no centralized figure, then nobody can control it. Enabling a content ecosystem where users can obtain digital assets from content spreading. So again, it's going to give you control. If some company wants to monetize your Facebook photos, at least you should be making money from that. Or you should know that you're searching on Google, it's free and unfiltered. That you just have a sense of awareness. Anyway, the last two things, personal ICO with the ability to distribute digital assets. So a cool thing about Tron is not only can you use the TRX token, as a form of, microcurrency or for microtransactions, but that you can also use something called Tron 20 tokens. You can essentially issue your own tokens, and that's coming in a few years, but you can use your own tokens to trade things. And this kind of goes along with infrastructure to allow distributed digital assets exchange, such as games and market forecasting. So distributed digital asset exchange, think of this with gaming, like wax. Like if you want to buy some, let's just say skins for your avatars or different features in a game, you have your own little ecosystem that you can cut out the middleman and just get it. So that's kind of what Tron is in a nutshell. But think of them as a mix of substratum and basic attention token. That's how I think of them. Let's keep going. And again, this is not a deep dive, so I'm going to clue you in on Just and Sun, just a brief information, that some of their partnerships, and then their roadmap. Because honestly, team, if we want to kind of gauge where Tron's going to be in a year, 5 years from now, we've got to look at, are they completing the roadmap, and what do they have left in store? So let's keep going. Just and Sun. Guys, I'm just going to say it. Think of this guy as the Steve Jobs of China. Controversial statement I just made, but I've heard people say that for two things. One, because Steve Jobs, he was an innovator, he was a genius, and back in the 90s, we were unsure if he was a genius or just kind of like a madman, and that could be Just and Sun. He is definitely smart, but is he smart enough and is he savvy enough to bring Tron to full force? We have yet to see. They just launched the Tron's mainnet, and we're just kind of starting to see some foundation and some use for it. But if you don't know Just and Sun, he's actually a really smart guy. He was the former chief representative for Ripple in China. He got in Forbes 30 under 30. And what was the other one? And he got a master's degree from the University of Pennsylvania and a bachelor's degree from China. So he is definitely a smart man. And one other thing I wanted to point out about him, he is the protege of the founder and creator of Alibaba. If you guys don't know what that is, it's a Chinese e-commerce site. So, you can buy and trade things, buy and sell things for China. So there's a potential partnership looming that would be really beneficial for Tron and crypto in general. But anyway, I like Justin. I mean, I could talk about the team, but again, this isn't a deep dive. He has a bunch of developers. He's lined the team with developers and people, developers and I guess creators, where what he doesn't have, he definitely aligned the team for what he's missing. So they're all good. Just and Sun is definitely the star. He's the guy. He's the guy putting the billboards in Times Square. Kind of a marketing genius. Anyway, one last thing, we're going to talk about the roadmap, and I guess the partnerships. But roadmap right now, we are here, and this is one of the only cryptocurrencies that has a roadmap into the next 8-10 years. Most of these roadmaps, they end at around within a couple of years. So I just want to talk about it. You guys can go check out this in specificity, but something that on their white paper, but something that Tron really prides himself in, and something they talk about all the time, is they're extremely punctual. Check this out, guys. Their test net was delivered on time, and they launched their mainnet this last month in June, right on time, and Tron firmly believes that the ability to meet deadlines is a cornerstone of their ecosystem. So thus far, launching their mainnet, their testnet, they're right on schedule, and while their roadmap into the next 8 years is pretty detailed, it has a lot of things, really some big things to look out for. They're going to start focusing on digital gaming around the Star Trek and Eternity phase. They just launched their wallet. They have a bunch of stuff coming up, but if you need to know one thing about their roadmap, is they have never not completed a task. So that says something. And then partnerships, the only reason that these things are significant is, well, you might not know them. You guys might know Gifto, but with these partnerships, they've been slowly building over the last year and a half, and these partnerships come with a lot of active users, a lot of members. So now that their mainnet is launched, people are kind of beginning to, they're ready to see how many people just naturally adapt TRX with these partnerships. And let's not forget Pornhub. just adopted Tron. All right, team. Now let's calculate what you would have to invest today to make $1 million. And then after that, we're going to get to this big announcement coming up. But let's just pontificate a little. Like I said, nobody really knows. But check out these stats that I kind of pulled. This is if you were to invest $1,000 today and $5,000. Why don't we just say, Tron, they have a good thing going. They will definitely, at least minimum, they'll get to back to where they once were, back to their all-time highs. And back when they were at their all-time highs, the market cap was 19 billion. So let's say they do that. Well, if you were to invest $1,000 today, and you would get this many coins, and if the market cap got back to what it once was, and I kind of upped the circulating supply a little bit, because if I didn't mention this before, to get price you have to times to get market cap you times circulating supply with price to get market cap. And so let's just say more coins are released into the ecosystem. If you were to put $1,000 today and we got back to where we once were, whoa, you'd have $8,000. That would be a huge win. 8 extra money. And let's keep going though. Let's say that we're thinking really big, and we think 10 years from now, because again, they have a roadmap for the next 8 to 10 years. What if TRX is a winner? And what if it gets to the market cap of Bitcoin? And I'm not saying that it's going to be Bitcoin. Bitcoin will still be around. I'm saying it gets to the market cap of Bitcoin. And maybe in 10 years, half of these cryptos won't be alive. Bitcoin might be at 10% dominance, might be at 2%. I don't know. I'm not really sure. And I'm not even saying TRX will be number 1 when it has this market cap, because there'll be so much more money in the market. But let's say it is. We're very bullish on TRX. Let's check it out. Well, if that happened, and you put in $5,000 today, and you waited, I don't know how long it'll take, 4, 5, 6 years. Well, you would want to get this many tokens today, and if they had the circulating supply of around 80 billion, you'd get around $500,000. Does this shock you at all? I mean, that's a lot of money and to wait a lot of time. It's not really a lot of money for this many gains for anything else, but for crypto, people want their gains tomorrow. And really, just the thing to keep in mind, guys, is when you have a cryptocurrency with this much of a total supply and circulating supply, 99 billion, you're not going to see those 100x's, those 200x's so easily. So it's going to take a while. But you know what? If you believe in the project, and if you simply just say, hey, I believe that we do need a decentralized internet, and I want to give creators more power, more control of their own power, then if you invest in this coin, right now it's nearing its all-time lows for the year, if we haven't hit it already. And if you invest in something that you believe in, then you can't go wrong. Guys, I hope you got some value out of this video. If you got any value at all, give it a like. It would just help us grow as a channel, help more people see this. I'm going to be talking to you guys in the comments. And a lot of you guys wanted other coins, or you still want us to go over other coins like this. Just let me know. I'll try and respond to every single person. But for those of you that want to be clued into this last big announcement, what is this big thing that Justin Sun himself has pegged that this particular day, July 30th, coming up as a red letter moment for the brand? Well, if we know Justin Sun, he's definitely a big hype man. And I want somebody who's passionate about their crypto, obviously, and I don't want a Charlie Lee of sorts. I want somebody who's gung-ho about their cryptocurrency, and the guy is. So this is what people think it will be. They think it's going to be a new partnership, which is going to offer a new use case. They think it's going to be a sort of an explanation on how Justin Sun, he recently bought BitTorrent, how that will be implemented, maybe with the new partner. And those are really the two big things. So while nobody knows for sure, they're keeping this well under lock and key. Justin Sun and some of the higher up people are saying that it will be a huge game changer. Stay tuned as more information comes out. We're definitely going to be bringing that to you guys on this channel. And let me know what you think in the comments. All right, team. This is Altcoin Daily. We'll see you tomorrow.